went to the break. It's a wonderful Friday. It's a beautiful day here at Comfort Inn and Suites, the home of Miss Tobago 2024. Please, guys, be a part of it. It takes place on Sunday, 21st January 2024, and it's definitely not something that you should miss. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there. And of course, I always speak about the wonderful people that I meet when I'm doing this show. And my next guest is no different. She has been a long-standing member of the music, art, folk community, parliamentarian at one point in time, so she did it all. Vocal arranger, voice cultivator, musician, choir director, and of course today that capacity is designer. And I want you to please help me welcome Miss Vernella Alleyne-Toppin. Auntie V, welcome to Brunch.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Morning,
I'm so honored that you're here, because I have so many people that I need to thank on my personal journey. And you are definitely one of those people. Yeah.
Never thought.
Always positive, and at a time when I really needed to hear that positive word or that encouragement, and you were there, and I would never forget.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're lovely, Janelle.
Yes, thank you so much. So tell me about your involvement in the pageant thus far. How did this come about?
I normally sew for Lily and for her family. I have been sewing for as long as I can remember.
Right.
And I was very young, a very small child. I used to see my mom sewing. Nobody taught me to sew, so I just used to pick up whatever. And she used to buy me sewing machines as toys. And you know, you get a whole lot of dolls, because I couldn't go on that her sewing machine. You know, it's dangerous and so on. So I had all the different brands of sewing machine as toys. When you get those that not doing anything at all and you just pretending.
Yes, so you're
Till
going
I got
through
a
the
little older,
motion.
and she gave me stuff that would make a chain stitch. Just like that, you know, nothing to press the mash.
Right.
You know? And then she gave me others that, you know, had a little current in them, like a battery. And I went right on to when I bought my own machine. But when I was going to school, I went to so many schools, eh?
Yeah, I know, right?
My first school was Mason Hall Government Primary. Then I went to Charlottesville Methodist. Then I went to Bonaparte Methodist Government. Then I went to Scarborough Methodist. So all along the road, we had needlework in school.
Yes.
And this is something that I think we should really still have. You don't have to call it that. So, you know, you learn in school to do all kinds of patterns, pillowcases, embroidery, all of that. Up to now, Bishop Anston in Trinidad, Port of Spain, they still have sewing, needlepoint
as the curriculum.
on the curriculum.
Wow.
And I have a cousin who is an architect today, and she started off with that kind of design from needlepoint and became an architect. It sounds like, wow, what's that?
Yeah.
But you know, you have to draw, you have to, you know.
And it's connected.
Yeah.
It's actually connected in so many ways. I think when you are a creative, it's amazing how things connect. Because a friend of mine once told me, if we did not have creatives, the world would be very bleak. It will be very gray. There would be no color, no life, no zest, no splendor, no happiness.
And you know, Janelle, everything that was once a drawing.
Yes.
So art is just a part of us. And the first profession that any child picks up is artist. Any little child you give that, they will find
drawing
something,
and that coloring,
do something on the wall, and you're upset, and they will do so. That art is the basic form of communication that we use. Even when children can't talk, they will draw something.
Yes.
So with all of the different trainings and the different, I mean, we had some housekeepers who also showed me how to do this, how to do that. So just with making dolly clothes, I started making my own clothes. So I've been making my own clothes. Even when I was going to the shops, I was making my own school skirts and things like that. So, but it's for me, it's a hobby. But you see, I love to take a bolt of cloth and turn it into something.
Yeah.
A whole bolt.
But what inspires you, though?
What, just creating something, and then especially putting it on somebody, and you get the right fit, and you know, you feel good about it. Like, you know, I could go to a wedding and look at a bride and look at the bride all the time. If I put out the bride, because I've done that.
Right.
I used to have my own store and a garment factory. I think garment also there where I live. And we used to, I had a team, I took some girls, trained some of them came with some training. I sent some of them to John Lee for training. I sent some of them to do upholstery. So we had our own factory and our own store. And then I decided I wanted to go to UE and retrain, because I was a physical education teacher, among other things, teaching physical education, scholarship teaching, agri-science, teaching English, teaching music. And then I said, let me retrain, because the physical education program at the time was not giving me the satisfaction I wanted. Because we were fully trained to teach gymnastics, fully trained, and fully trained to teach swimming. And the parents in Scarborough said, no, they don't break my children back. So they were doing no gymnastics. So we had to just put all the equipment away. And they wouldn't let us teach swimming in the sea, because it is dangerous. And there was no swimming pool for Tobago at that time. You remember, I'm a junior senior.
Yes. So you have been around for quite a lot of marks of the history and everything boiled into one. Because for me, music and art, that's where I met you. Even with my dad, I met you through my dad. Remember?
Great musician.
And he always, you know, spoke so highly of you. And so it remained, it remained that way.
One of your sisters was born the night I had my son.
Yes.
We were in the hospital together.
My youngest sister was, the same night.
My son is Casey, Casey Pilgrim. Casey was the only boy born that night.
Right.
And several girls were born. On 17th of December, 1984.
December 17th, yes.
No. And he says, no, you know, I saw her in the incubator. They put him in an incubator. He was 1 month premature. So they put him in an incubator, and he said he saw your sister and some others in this incubator in some pink pampers, and he was tracking them in the incubator. He is a comedian. You know?
Yes, that sounds like something crazy would say. Yes. But so you see, with your designs and creations, when you see it come to life, that has to be such a wonderful feeling.
Yes. And I'm working with Lily, and her body is just begging to be dressed up.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it's like a canvas. It's like such a beautiful canvas.
But I taught art as well, you know.
Yes,
I taught art at UE. I lectured in art at UE for 5 years. Art and architecture. No, I don't do architecture, but art as architecture.
Yes, it is.
You have to study all the temples and the mosques and the churches, things like that, ancient buildings and so on. Showing how art is a part of architecture, in the sense that you are working towards the end user. The end user in the Islamic faith will not sit on chairs in the mosque.
Yes.
So you have to design the mosque to suit. The end user in the church, Christian church, will sit on pews. So you design that to suit.
Yes.
With the mosque, you have the women separate from the men, and you have nobody in shoes. So you have to design all of that. You have the minaret, which is where you get this, the holy sound coming out, call to worship. You have to design it that way. With the church, you have to design for the what you call it, the bell and the sexton, and you know.
Yes.
So I used to have to do the mosques in Trinidad, the temples in Trinidad, the Hindu temples, and so. And as a lecturer at UE, I taught art and architecture, art and society, and art and in the Caribbean kind of space. So, and then music, I taught I lectured in African music inside, African outside.
Music, yes. And those are, I have so many memories of you, it's not even funny because I felt like you grew up with us from young performers.
Yes,
One of the
yes.
faces that always was there for support. I feel like you grew up with us. And one of the things that I was really happy that you were coming today because I did not quite know about the designing
Okay,
aspect of
okay,
you. But
okay.
then again, you do so many things, so
Why not?
it's not even a
But
surprise, right?
I'll tell you, music develops your brain in a very particular kind of way. If there's a certain time when you do, because I had a music school as well, I still do the
Right.
music.
Yeah.
But there's a certain time at which when you are learning, like keyboards, for example, or any kind of instrument, you have to learn how to use both hands. So you have to learn how to use left brain and right brain. So when you're playing a piano, your right hand is most times not playing what your left hand is playing.
Right. Yeah.
So you're developing your brain. So I encourage people to send their children to music lessons, although I kind of get too tied up to continue my
continue.
music school.
Yes.
You know, I said if I do the school again, I will do it the professional electronic kind of way. I did that in New York City. When I
Right.
taught in New York, where every child in the classroom has a keyboard and headphones. And I have headphones too. So I could work with individuals and then I could work together with them.
Right.
So those things develop you. They develop your vocabulary. They develop your experiences, your social connections.
Yes,
Because the people who
indeed.
are doing the art. So if you get a really well-rounded individual coming out of all of those arts, and people think you should really stay with the schoolwork, the academics. And I know that if there was none of that, I couldn't go to school. Because I think I went to school for recess and things like that.
Yes, exactly.
because
So
I
getting
don't
involved
understand how
in,
you could
yeah.
we are now doing Mason Hall, Government Primary School for Mitzvah, repairing them, Steve Jack and I. And we are doing Pope Anglican, right? And having a real good time about it. But
Yes.
they're telling me the standard 5 can't come, they have exams and when I was in standard 5, we did everything.
But
So
but
we
in my
didn't have all of
exactly
that
in
pressure.
my day, and in fact,
Yes.
our teachers encouraged us
Yeah, we have to play.
to get involved. You didn't
Yes.
have a choice. You had to be
Yes,
involved in the choir or
Yeah.
playing an instrument, or
Yes.
you didn't have a choice when I was going to school.
One of the things I used to do, I used to look at the common entrance list, especially through my garment factory. I used to look at the common entrance list and send congratulations to everybody and say we are doing ready-made uniforms. You can come and get your uniforms, and people really used to come in there.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
really good. I've been thinking about starting it back, heavy duty machines, all that, but I don't know, I might. You know? The other thing, I used to look at the common entrance list and look at them and go to the junior music festivals and all that. I used to be telling them and their parents, you have to put Scarborough as your first choice.
Yeah.
Yes, although I went to Bishop's.
Yes,
You
yes,
have to
yes.
put Scarborough as your first choice. That child could sing, and I want that child in my choir. And a lot of people did it. So you look at Scarborough choir was Scarborough Junior Secondary Folk Song Choir was just lit. And then, and all the moving around at the Bishop and still did a whole lot, of
Yeah, but
that.
you moved around
Yeah.
so much.
I couldn't
So
stay
it's
one
like
place.
your name is etched any and everywhere
But
when it has to do with culture and art.
I don't know if I should say this here, and sometimes I say things that I maybe shouldn't say. But a lot of people have an impression of me that is not me. But I've been taught from a child, what people say about you or think about you is inconsequential. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to know that that
Yeah.
is not you.
And you
And my
know your
mother-
truth.
Yes,
And
my
that's
mother
what
used
you
to
live
tell us.
by.
Yeah, my mother used to tell us, when people say things behind your back, that is a sign of respect. It
Yeah,
might
they're
be
taking the
true,
time to
yes.
talk about you.
But if they come to you and confront you with something, you have a chance to deal with it. You see?
Yes.
So I say sometimes, but it seems as though it's becoming a hobby for people to lie on me in the media.
Yes.
I think about it and I say, wow, that's not me. I'm not that person. I'm not good because only God is good,
Yes.
but I try my best to be good.
But you see, taking the high road,
Yeah.
which is what you do, and that is an obvious choice because you
to.
can choose to be like everyone else and dig around there in the gutter, like how we like to do.
I,
Or you take the high road and you go about your
yes,
life, live your truth, do
yes.
things that you love to do. Oh my gosh, I cannot stress this enough. Doing
Yes,
things that you
yes,
love, that bring
yes.
you joy, that you're passionate about, because you have to have some form of joy in your life. You have to have something that you love to do.
And you must learn to keep yourself happy. That's
Yes,
another thing Mommy
definitely.
said. Don't depend on anybody to make you happy or keep you happy.
Definitely.
You have to be a happy person. You know, it
Yeah.
keeps you healthy.
Yeah, it does. It
all of
does.
that. Thank
So
God.
how many designs did you do
You mean along the
for
road?
no, for the
For the
pageant? Are
pageant?
you
I did some. I did some stuff for Lily,
that's
but
Miss Charlottesville,
Miss
yes?
Charlottesville. I'm a kind of Charlottesville person, you know.
Right, I get you.
My grandmother, grandfather on my father's side is from Charlottesville. That's my whole tribe. Alleyne, whatever you want to call us, Charlottesville.
Right.
Yeah. So I know I did a black outfit that with what you call a fishtail that she
Yeah.
modeled some time ago. I did something for her to do her interview.
Yeah, she was with
on-
me
on
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, the dress with some.
Yeah, so that was your design.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I was actually wondering, ooh, where could I get one like this? I did. I actually wondered that.
Yeah, I did that one. I was supposed to do one last night for this morning, but I was tired.
Okay.
You know, I'm seeing her there now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for
a
the
fine young
actual
lady.
competition,
But yes,
so
supposed to
that's
sew for her.
that's all you. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
what about carnival though? And are
Carnival?
you
Yeah,
involved fully?
yes, we
Yeah.
have the minstrels of Tobago, my husband
Right.
and I. We have the minstrels of Tobago. We don't come out. We have so many minstrel costumes because for like
Yeah.
about 13 years straight, we won Small Band of the Year. So we just have costumes and sometimes we make some nails. I'm thinking this year, I've been thinking I will do minstrels at the beach. You know, it's
Oh, I like
minstrels
that.
minstrels at the beach.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cater to the. No, minstrels are a very conservative kind of people who wear plenty clothes. So it's still cold.
Yeah, with the
covered
jackets, yes,
tie.
the stripy
But
jackets.
my younger clients, not so happy wearing so much clothes in the hot sun. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have a section called Minstrels at the Beach,
Right.
where you get your stripes in still, but it could be a stripe monokini.
Yeah, more to the beach wear.
You know?
Yes, I
So-
like that innovation. I like
Yeah,
that.
Minstrels at the Beach because we have to be. I don't want it to be anything that people could say it's too much. It's too much body outside.
Yeah, but at the
Right.
same time,
Sit down. Yeah, I
we're
have to
innovating.
marry it.
Yes.
So the more senior people or the people who prefer will wear the traditional everything. But those minstrels that are at the beach, you know. And when you go to the
Yeah.
beach, you see all
I like
kinds
that.
of outfits.
I like
And
that
then
idea.
you see people in the water, especially people of my age group, in full clothes.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
full
something that
clothes.
you see. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, it's something that's it's almost cultural, I think,
Yes.
because you see it all the time, and you see a specific age bracket.
Yes, but although I was seeing something recently that was telling seniors like I am one of what we call a young old, right? Just started really, but I don't feel like, oh, I don't feel old. You know, I don't feel sick. I don't feel. But what the thing was saying was, do not dress your age. I find that's a strange thing to say, but I thought about it. Do not dress your age. I don't know if I dress my age. I just know that what you cover should be what you prefer to keep very private. And then you could, you know, I wear a lot of off-the-shoulder clothes like that.
Yeah.
And people look at that and say, what's that? But that is actually a remedy, if I may say so, for menopause, you know.
Okay.
It keeps
Wow,
you
I
cool.
learned something today.
Keeps
Yeah.
you cool, and it's not the area of your body that people will say, where she playing, you know? It's a kind of like, I am decent enough. I'm not exposing it. I'm not exposing the parts of me that start to look like they're tired.
So you're keeping it
yes,
stylish, but you're also keeping it private.
Yes, private.
And that's bridging the gap there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful, wonderful note
and
to take.
and I used to wear my stilettos all the time.
Yes, I remember.
I still have them. I still have some. But I don't find many places in Tobago where I can go and wear those shoes. Because something about
our terrain is not suited.
Yeah, and I always say, like, as men who make this entrance point, you have gravel in the car park. If you have gravel in the car park, you kill our shoe heels.
Yes, gravel and potholes
a man could come
and all that.
But a woman has to wait until she gets inside to put on her shoes. You know what I'm saying? So we need more women in the thing, you know.
And you know, I just love you so much. I have to come see you because we definitely need to talk. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of Brunch.
Yes.
You know, I want you to come back and we'll talk about so much more that you've been doing in your life on your journey. We're going to make that happen. But I just want to say thank you for all of your years of service. Thank you for being a mentor to me. Thank you for being a positive influence in my life. So from our family to yours, we wish you peace, love, and light. And of course, success.
And your mommy and your daddy.
Yes. Well, but my dad is looking down at me.
Okay.
I'm hoping that he's proud because I decided to answer the call of music.
Yes.
He has been trying to push me in that direction for some time now. So I decided I should answer. And I hope that he's proud of me. All right. So blessings to you and thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, so much love. So much love. So much love. Thank you, guys. I was just speaking with Miss Vernella Alleyne-Toppin, one of my mentors, accomplished in so many spheres on the island of Tobago, our sister isle of Trinidad, the region, and of course, the world. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. But before I leave you guys, our trivia question for today. In 1986, we won the Miss World title. Trinidad and Tobago took the world by storm and brought home that crown. Who was this esteemed person? The answer at the end of the show. We'll be right back with more Brunch.